Welcome back everyone to another edition of Figures from the Attic. Today I'm doing another Mattel Elite unboxing. This time specifically we're looking at CM Punk. And believe it or not, this is the first Mattel CM Punk that I have in my collection. Of course I have CM Punk action figures dating back to the Jakks days with the Ruthless Aggression style from back in the mid to early 2000s. I have his AEW Jagswares figures, but I don't have any Mattel CM Punk action figures. Before he left WWE, he did have quite a few Mattel figures, back in, I guess that was like 2011, 2012, 2013, somewhere in that era. But I wasn't collecting action figures at that point. I had kind of drifted off from the hobby, and it wasn't on my priority list, so I wasn't collecting those. But now that I'm back into it, this is the first CM Punk, and I'm excited to get it added. And I'm excited to see how it compares to the AEW CM Punk figures that I have, because I gotta give it to them. Jagswares, a lot of those figures are not great. But the CM Punk figures are awesome. Jagswares definitely did a good job with those CM Punk action figures. One of the reasons I wanted to get this one as my first for Mattel is because he's wearing one of my favorite CM Punk gears of all time. It's the one where it's kind of inspired by Chicago. As you can see, let me just take off the merch shirt. Before I do, I'll show you what it looks like. Best in the world, the two taped up fists. Classic. It does have Velcro because I guess these arms don't come off. It's not an ultimate. So in order to get this on properly, they have to use the Velcro. But here you get a better look at the gear. It's that baby blue, red, white, and black design color scheme to look like his hometown, Chicago. Their flag, it's those colors. You get all the tattoos except for the, what is that? I'm not a fan of that particular show. G.I. Joe maybe? But he has a licensed tattoo that I guess for copyright purposes they can't print on the figure. And of course the Pepsi logo tattoo, which they can't print on the figure. That's one knock I will give this figure compared to his AEW counterparts. Is with the AEW CM Punk figures, they just put more of a generic tattoo on each shoulder to kind of resemble what it was meant to be, but not violate any laws. I wish Mattel would do something like that because it just looks odd without anything on his shoulders. As you can see, just nothingness. He's got full sleeves of tattoos and then nothing on the shoulder, which it's not ideal. Kind of throws off the look, to be honest with you. I do like the head. His hair is a little more brown than I remember it being in real life. I feel like he has darker hair. This is more of like an auburn colored hair. But I do like the salt and pepper on his beard. That's very, very accurate to this era of CM Punk where he's in his like mid to late 40s now. He's got, of course, the red X's on his wristbands or on his wrist tape. And he has a white elbow pad to go along with it, and then two black knee pads, and of course those kick pads with the blue and red design. It's a nice figure. I would say the one thing that throws me off is the missing tattoos. I would say at least put something on there. I also want to say that his chest tattoo, is that the color that it's supposed to be? Let me see. Just looking at a picture of him on the back of the packaging, I feel like it's not so green and red. I feel like this one is a lot more green than it looks like in real life. Maybe the tattoo does have some green, but it's not that noticeable. So I want to say the tattoos aren't very accurate, even beyond just the two shoulder pieces not being there. They're a little more bright than you would expect a tattoo to be, especially one that's been with him for such a long time. You also get two grippy hands. I'm going to leave those in the packaging for now. to hold the microphone with, which CM Punk does quite a bit. But that's CM Punk. I was a little more excited about this one before I opened it. I'm a little disappointed in this one now that I've kind of taken it out and looked at it, kind of inspected it a little bit. I want to say as an overall score, I can't go much higher than maybe like a 7 out of 10. Still good. I mean, 7 out of 10, that's a C. That's still passing. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad figure by any means. I mean, you'll still pass school with C's. So he still gets a pass technically. But I've seen better. AEW, as far as the ones that I have in my collection, do a much better job representing CM Punk than this one does. But it is what it is. 7 out of 10. As always, I appreciate you watching and stay tuned for more.